Yeah, Fred. Well, it used to be that if you applied for a crime reward and were denied, that was it. You were just not getting that money. Now, denied tipsters can make their case to another city agency that is not the police department. We went inside with one informant to understand how the process plays out.
My tip led to the arrest and conviction of the defendant.
We're concealing this informant's identity to protect their safety. We first met them in 2023 after they had been waiting months for a crime reward. The tipster provided information to police that led to a conviction in a Philadelphia murder.
It's like they got the information they needed, and they just forgot about me.
Philadelphia law enforcement officials offer a $20,000 reward for information leading to the arrest and conviction in any homicide case. But after more than 1 year of waiting for the $20K, the informant received a denial letter. The letter stated that they were not eligible for a crime reward. The city stated that the informant allegedly was a city employee themselves and that they had not provided a written statement.
That is very inaccurate.
Philadelphia's crime reward policy does have some exceptions, including if the informant is a City of Philadelphia employee or if the tip is provided in exchange for a plea deal. But those aren't typically mentioned by police during news conferences, bulletins, or the department's own tip portal.
They don't say that when they're reaching out to the public's help.
A review by the NBC 10 investigators shows since 2017, the city has paid out $640,000 in rewards for 33 homicides. That's 1% of the total homicide cases in that time. When we started looking into crime rewards in 2023, the police department said it didn't track denials. It's unclear if that has changed. At that point, there was no option to appeal. It wasn't until the summer of 2024 when the Board of Licenses and Inspections Review started taking appeals. That's when we went with the tipster to file their appeal.
They went in, filed the paperwork, and were told that it's not clear how long it'll take for them to get a notice, and then that notice will actually give them the date of the hearing itself.
But they never heard back from L&I. Nearly 1 year later, the city decided to have another office handle appeals.
It's a headache, to be honest with you.
Earlier this year, I think there was some questions about what was going on with the crime rewards and the wait time.
Melissa Andre is the executive director of the Office of Administrative Review. Her office now oversees the crime reward appeal hearings.
We do a plethora of hearings, including speed and red light camera, and I think the city felt as a whole that the crime rewards program should fall with the Office of Administrative Review.
She says her goal is to speed up the process.
Having an appeal process allows the citizens of Philadelphia who disagree with how the process was actually applied in their case with their facts.
On May 15th, Andre held the first crime reward appeal hearings. I went with the informant to their closed-door meeting.
I just sat in on a crime reward appeal hearing, and it's the first time that the city is having these. So it's an opportunity for an informant who does not get a crime reward to appeal the process. And this was just a little room. It was held virtually with the informant there in person. The police department was on the screen, as well as a hearing officer. And the hearing officer will take what each side said and make a determination in a few days.
During the hearing, the police department said the informant's tip was essential to the suspect's arrest. PPD's issue was with the tipster's employment. They are a subcontractor to the city. And then the city presented evidence to show they aren't a city employee, and they said they were never asked to provide a statement. A week later, the informant received this letter granting the appeal.
I think that you just put a fire under the...
Now, Andre wouldn't share the decisions for the other appeals that have gone before her. We know of 2 other people who had crime reward appeal hearings the day we were there, and both were denied.
And so that's just it. The tipster we just heard from, they got paid.
Well, not yet.
Oh.
So the city technically has 30 days to appeal, and that would be 3 days from now. So we're waiting to see. That tipster says they still have not received a phone call. They're hoping to. That way they can go pick up their check.
And you mentioned that the disclaimer about exemptions really isn't mentioned, those exemptions. So will that be grounds for an appeal?
So we asked the appeals officer, and she said that ignorance of the law doesn't make that a defense. So she advises people, like, if you're going to be giving a tip, just make sure you're aware of all the rules, the policies on the department's website. You can read through it. And the tipster also told us that, you know, if they had to go through it all over again, they wish that they would have known about this policy. Wow. So just do your homework is the message there.
And we know you'll follow up on whether or not he gets his check.
Exactly.
Yeah. Claudia, thank you.
Thank you.